Hello, citizens of 2014.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to SHOW-A-VERSARY Part 2.
Are both parts going up on the same day?
Probably, yeah.
Cool. Great.
So,
How's it doing?
did you guys like the Q&A video?
I hope so. I guess you timestamped that this comes out second.
Yeah. We worked hard on it.
We did.
We even had technical difficulties.
Because we're dumb. DumpsterGameplay.
Yeah, get your dump on.
Thank you, Stu-senpai.
So, Part 2 is what were our top games of the year?
This was hard for me because there was a lot of disappointment this year.
There really was.
Alright, who's going first?
Either one.
I'll go first just because I gotta remember. These are in no particular order. Mario Kart 8.
Okay.
That game was great.
It's a good game.
The game was super fun, and that got us the most people for our stream ever.
Yeah. I like that game a lot.
Okay. Valiant Hearts? That came out this year, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That game was amazing.
That game was real good.
I was really happy with that game.
That's how you do a historical game in a really interesting and fun way.
Yeah. I'm gonna put... You're gonna laugh at me. I'm gonna put Murder Soul Suspect on this list.
I somehow knew that it was gonna go on there.
And not because that game was good, because by all means that game was not.
It's horrible.
But that game was good for us.
It turned out being really funny.
It was way better for us as the show than it was by itself.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put Little Big Planet 3 on there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't beaten it yet, but it's a lot of fun. And
It's some different stuff in there with the new characters
new
and everything.
characters and stuff. And my last one was... I lost it. I forgot what it was. So I'm going to put WWE 2K15 for next gen because I really like the pacing. I thought that was really good. It was lacking a lot,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed what I played of it so far.
Okay.
If I think of the other one, I'll pop it up later.
Okay. That's a pretty good list. Got some good titles on there.
Murdered mostly.
Yeah.
Murdered in yours?
You'll be surprised to find that it's not.
Shit.
Okay, my top list was also hard to figure out. I didn't even have it finalized until 2 days ago.
I didn't have mine finalized until I said them out loud.
But I feel like I have some interesting titles on here. Okay, I have an actual top 10. This is a list.
Oh, you had a 10?
Yeah.
Shit.
This is listed. So, my number 10 goes to The Vanishing of Ethan Carter.
I haven't played it.
I finally bought it. I finally played it. I haven't played it much. I've played maybe about 3 hours at this point. But from what I've played so far, I feel like if I had played through the whole game by this point, it would be higher.
Okay.
I like it a lot. It does what Murdered Soul Suspect wanted to do, which is be like a
good game.
Oh yeah, but be like a supernatural detective kind of game.
Oh, okay.
But it does it far better.
Impossible, but okay.
And it's not dumb. Number 9 is kind of in the same vein as number 10, where if I would have played it more, it would probably be higher. And that is Bayonetta 2.
I knew that was going to be on your list.
I've played it, I really like it, but I haven't finished the first one, and I haven't played more than about 3 hours of the second one.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, like number 10, if I had played it more, it'd probably be higher.
Alright.
Number 8, and I know at least one person out there that might crucify me for putting it at this number, is Shovel Knight.
Of course.
And I'm not saying the game is bad, because it's not. It's just, it's another retro-inspired 2D action platformer. And really, it's not bad, it's okay.
I agree.
And it did have a lot of fun stuff. I really liked the boss rush at the end.
No.
Where you're all on the dinner table and stuff.
Yeah.
I like that. That was really good. But there was just games this year that I like more than that.
Probably a lot more games.
Like number 7, for instance. Wolfenstein: The New Order.
I knew you were going to put that too.
That game, I didn't expect much from it, because I don't expect a whole lot from first-person shooters anymore.
No, I understand that.
But the reason that it made the list is that it found a way to merge together like old school FPS feel with like new school FPS mechanics.
Okay.
And also have a really well written story in it also.
Interesting.
And so it really like blew me away and I liked it a lot. So it's on there. Number 6 goes to Infamous Second Son.
Obvious. Oh, it's 6.
I know, it's kind of surprised me too. But there were 5 other games that I liked more. And like anyone that kind of knows me knows that I fucking love the Infamous games. They're some of my favorites.
Little too much.
And Infamous Second Son was great. Had a lot of fun parts in it. A lot of good gameplay. The Seattle that you were in was really nicely detailed. And
yeah, it looked good.
But it's lower on the list because I felt like it could have benefited from being even like 2 hours longer. It felt too short. That's the only reason why it's that low.
Fair enough.
Number 5 is going to go to Ultra Street Fighter 4.
At number 5, I'm surprised that's not up higher.
I know. But it's only so low because it crushes my soul.
We had to delete some footage.
Yeah.
We had to delete some footage.
We did like a whole hour long versus the world. That was just me being the saltiest and most pathetic person I've ever been.
You dropped out of top 1,000.
Yeah.
Badly.
It killed me inside. But I really like it. It's the game that's really gotten me heavily into fighting games now.
Oh yeah.
And so, it's on there. Number 4, and I didn't even actually sit down and play this game until recently. Number 4, and this actually works out really well, is D4, Dark Dreams Don't Die.
That made your list, huh?
That game was awesome.
Did you beat it?
I did. I sat down and I played the whole thing in a day.
It's not that long, though.
It's really not, but it's fucking...
Because it's just part 1, isn't it?
Well, it's like the prologue and then episode 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which, it's so wacky and weird.
It's different.
But in a good way.
Oh, I have it. I know what you're talking about.
It's got that sweary charm to it. It's so good. I love it. Number 3 goes to Dark Souls 2.
That would probably be on my list, too, if I did a bigger than a top 10. That game is good.
It was really well done.
We did way better with that one than we did the first one.
Yeah. It was... I will say it didn't feel like it was easier than Dark Souls 1, but it was...
I think that we were just better at it that go around.
Yeah, and it was a little bit more like accessible.
I think we were just expecting more out of it. So, then... Yeah.
Now, number 2... This is how I'm going to explain my top 2 here. Number 2 would have been number 1 if number 1 wasn't released this year. That's
okay.
how I'm doing this. Number 2 goes to Transistor.
I started playing that game the other day. It's a good game.
The game is it's beautiful. It's great to look at. I love the gameplay of either being able to fight in real time or fight using the turn system.
Yeah.
And being able to like mix those two together seamlessly.
Yeah.
That's so good. And the story and the fucking soundtrack. I paid money for that soundtrack.
I don't blame you. It's good music.
So good. So Transistor was number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1, and some of you might say I'm cheating a little bit.
I know what it is, Ben.
Part of it came out last year. It's The Wolf Among Us.
Oh, not what I thought you were going to go with.
It's The Wolf Among Us.
That'd be on my list, too.
Yeah.
That and probably Walking Dead Part 2.
I was going to put Walking Dead Season 2 on here.
Uh-huh.
But then when I was sitting down thinking about it, I didn't really like Season 2 as much as I liked Season 1.
Yeah. 1 had more suspense, I guess.
Yeah.
2 had Kenny again, though.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
True. Season 2 like I still liked it a lot.
Yeah.
But it didn't make my list this year. But I still loved it.
Wolf Among Us, that.
Wolf Among Us is spectacular.
And we are getting a sequel. We gotta wait a whole fucking year for it. But
yeah. Just all the writing and voice acting, and it's got that telltale feel to it, and
that opening sequence, I loved it. That song, I loved it.
It's just and then the end, that big twist at the end. It's like what? Was that real or is this real? What's going on here?
You gotta wait like fucking another year to find out.
Yeah. I ended up getting so hooked on that game that it's up there. I bought that first collection of Fables.
Oh yeah.
Comics. I still got to read through that and then get the other ones.
There's like 11 more.
I know. So I got a ways to go. But yeah, that's my top list.
Not what I thought your number one was gonna be.
What did you think it was gonna be?
I thought you were gonna say you were gonna cheat and get that PS4 edition of your last year.
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
No, not quite. I did think about it, but I was like, nah, no one's gonna buy that.
Surprised. Do you have Mario Kart on your list? I'm surprised you didn't.
I do not.
Or Hyrule Warriors?
I do not. My first draft of this list did have Hyrule Warriors on it. Then I was like, I think I like Ethan Carter more.
I got you.
So it was a tough list to build this year, and to try and make it easier on myself, I had I have a big file on my computer on Notepad of every single new game I played this year.
That is true.
It's a long list.
It is a long list.